In ancient land of Ayonfe, where tall grasses whispered secrets to the wind, and the drums of ancestors echoed through the nights, a strange tension filled the air on the evening the twins were born. Thunder rolled across the sky even though no rain fell, and elders later said the heavens themselves were unsettled. Inside a clay-walled hut, a woman labored between life and death until two cries broke the silence, one soft and steady, the other sharp and demanding, as though the child was already arguing with the world she had entered. They were named Abeni, meaning we asked for her and got her, and Aduni, meaning sweet to behold. Though they shared the same blood, the same eyes, and the same smile, their spirits were carved from different stones. From infancy, Abeni slept peacefully, while Aduni wailed endlessly unless every eye turned toward her. The midwives exchanged worried glances, for they had seen this before. When twins arrive with unequal spirits, one often walks the path of light, while the other wrestles with shadows. As the twins grew, their differences became as clear as night and day. Abeni learned early to wait for her turn, to listen when elders spoke, and to accept correction as a gift. Aduni, on the other hand, believed correction was an insult. If her mother scolded her, she threw herself onto the floor, kicking and screaming until the house echoed with her anger. Her tantrums became performances meant to bend everyone's will. Visitors soon noticed that whenever Abeni received praise, Aduni's face hardened. Compliments felt like theft to her, as though love was a limited resource that must be fought for. She began interrupting conversations, exaggerating stories, and inventing reasons to pull attention back to herself. Slowly, jealousy planted its roots in her heart, and each day it grew stronger. The village school gathered beneath a massive baobab tree whose roots stretched like ancient fingers into the earth. Children sat on woven mats, learning wisdom passed down through generations. Abeni listened carefully, absorbing lessons with humility. Aduni understood the lessons just as well, but hated being corrected. Whenever the teacher pointed out her mistake, she scowled and muttered complaints. One afternoon, when corrected for interrupting, Aduni stood up and accused Abeni of distracting her on purpose. The accusation shocked the children and angered the teacher. When Abeni denied it calmly, Aduni shoved her, shouting insults until chaos erupted. That day, the teacher warned that unchecked anger would soon bring shame not only to Aduni but to her entire household. At home, Aduni's behavior grew darker. She hid Abeni's belongings, tore her clothing, and spread lies that nearly caused serious punishment. When confronted, she cried loudly, apologizing with dramatic tears that fooled many. But once forgiven, she returned to her cruel ways without remorse. Abeni endured it all silently, believing goodness would prevail. She prayed often, asking the ancestors for strength. Yet jealousy is a stubborn weed. It thrives when ignored. Aduni watched her sister's calm nature attract love and respect, and bitterness slowly poisoned her thoughts. When rumors of war reached Ayonfe, fear crept into every home. Rival villages fought over land and water, and young men sharpened their tools in preparation. Tension filled the air, and unity became essential. But even in such times, Aduni's jealousy did not rest. During a communal gathering, Aduni falsely accused Abeni of stealing food meant for the village defenders. The accusation nearly led to harsh punishment until an elder uncovered the truth. Though Aduni apologized publicly, her eyes burned with resentment. Shame did not humble her, it hardened her heart further. Her parents, worried and exhausted, sought help from elders and healers. They were warned that jealousy left unchecked becomes destruction. Abeni was counseled, corrected, and prayed for, but she saw these efforts as proof that everyone favored Abeni. She began isolating herself, watching others laugh with her sister. Each laugh sounded like mockery, each smile like betrayal. Her thoughts grew restless and dark, forming dangerous ideas she dared not speak aloud. As the twins became young women, suitors came. Abeni's kindness drew admiration, while Abeni's sharp tongue pushed many away. Each rejection deepened her belief that Abeni had stolen her destiny. When Kunle, a respected man, asked for Abeni's hand in marriage, the village erupted in celebration. Drums thundered, dancers filled the square, and joy overflowed. Abeni smiled outwardly, but inside her heart cracked open with rage. Wedding preparations brought Abeni's jealousy into full view. She criticized everything: Abeni's clothes, her cooking, her smile. Her parents warned her sternly, reminding her that blood must never turn against blood. On the wedding day, Abeni knelt publicly and apologized, tears streaming down her face. The villagers praised her humility, believing her jealousy had ended. But her apology was hollow, spoken only to silence suspicion. After the wedding, Abeni moved into her husband's home and found peace. When she later bore a child, joy spread across the land. News reached Abeni, and her jealousy erupted like a storm. She convinced herself that fate had cheated her, that Abeni had stolen everything meant for her. Instead of seeking healing, she fed her anger, letting it grow uncontrollably. Abeni began keeping company with bitter souls who encouraged resentment. Though no dark rituals were used, her words became dangerous, her thoughts reckless. She spoke openly of revenge, disguising cruelty as justice. Neighbors noticed her instability and warned her parents again, but Abeni no longer listened. Jealousy had become her master. One evening, Abeni followed Abeni secretly, watching her laugh with her husband and child. The sight twisted her heart painfully. That night, dangerous thoughts consumed her. She gathered farm tools, convincing herself she was restoring balance. Her judgment was lost beneath a storm of jealousy. Under the cover of darkness, Abeni approached Abeni's compound. Raised voices alerted neighbors who intervened before irreversible harm occurred. Village guards restrained Abeni as she screamed accusations. Her parents wept openly, mourning the daughter they could no longer recognize. Brought before the council, witnesses spoke plainly. Though no life was lost, her intent was clear. The elders ruled she be handed over to higher authorities. Justice, they said, must protect the innocent. In confinement, silence became Abeni's companion. Attention was replaced by loneliness, and reflection followed. Guilt crept into her heart as memories replayed endlessly. Abeni visited once, offering no anger, only prayer. Her kindness shattered her defenses. Tears flowed freely as regret finally took root. The village turned Abeni's story into a lesson for children. Elders warned against envy and pride. Abeni raised her child with humility and love. Years passed. Abeni slowly changed, learning patience through suffering. She realized too late that correction was not hatred. Prison walls taught her humility. Silence taught her reflection. She prayed sincerely for healing. Letters from her parents reminded her of love. Regret weighed heavily. Abeni's continued mercy broke her pride. Repentance deepened. Good behavior earned reduced punishment. Freedom came with scars. The village welcomed her cautiously. Trust returned slowly. Abeni served humbly, helping others. Jealousy lost its power. The sisters reunited fully. Peace replaced bitterness. Thus ends the jealous twin,
a tale told by firelight. In Ayonfe, elders say jealousy burns its owner first, and wisdom lives in learning before it is too late.